Congrats, Jamie. So excited and so proud of you on your book release. I decided to record this video as two of myself, as a double, because some of these poems are me coming to terms with duality and having to be two people at once. I will start with Yes, It Is Possible, which remains my favorite poem to this day of my own, and is also always a little bit of a prayer for me. Yes, it is possible. For most of my life, I remained unaware of this, the way a wingless arm is unaware of the conceit of flight. But now I know that yes, it is possible to be allergic to a person. It is possible for the body to be wholly autonomous in how it chooses to preserve itself, no matter what fleshy, amorphous image of the heart the synapse might conjure. A great fire muted by holy water, a blue room with one pink knob. No matter what you think you want, it's the body that decides and will reject whatever antibodies revile its stasis. And in this case, the foreign cell was the Pisces fish, a twin fish, a two-fish flush, invirtuous and writhing in deceit and steeped in the drama belonging to too many lies. And yes, I had prayed that he'd finally come back to me, and that when he'd knock, he'd appear with one less life. But then he did appear, a xenophile on a tour of homes, and that would be our last encounter. All I could do was heave at the sight of him, head oscillating dizzily between two different men, two different lives, so Piscean in his world of Elysian highs. But this time my systems nosed down, anatomy buckling out into autopilot, bringing me down to my knees to purge. And it was like this for days. I couldn't stomach a morsel, my receptors stunted with the shock of an imminent shift. I wept and cocooned myself into a sweat, until at once it stopped, and I woke to find myself at the kitchen table, perfectly unbothered, fingering cubes of fresh wet aloe into my mouth, as if life itself were some benign victory I'd won. Next poem is called, where'd it go? On Entropy, after Yasemin Ghazi. There are more people alive now than there are dead in the earth, an article says. I keep telling myself to invest in entropy, or at least in defining it, in contending with it. Decomposition is a performance of exponential dignity, an act of stripping what life-worn fabrics perforate the borders between lyric and magic. I want to step out of my language and light up, but the body is a container. The body is a mold. I fit snug. I can barely breathe in here. Leave me. I've got to count the dead in here. I'm an atom, and I'm new to the water. I got born by expanding. I get born every day. My flesh is so damn raw with all this entering. And the last poem I'll read is Lost Poem number 7, 24/7. The psych on duty in triage asks me if I want to die, and I say, not at the moment, no, but stay tuned. I can charm my way out of anything, including his 7-day suggested stay, those ugly gray mornings buzzing in infrasound. I can save my own life just as easily as I can corrupt the compounds of ripe silence with just a mouth, drown it out of its own sound. I assume that this is what makes me dangerously compatible with death, me and my ability to finesse choice out of desire, the talented tenth of disassociation, the power of being just a body within a body of jewels. Congrats, Jamie.